Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be playing a fun little game called Red Flag or Green Flag. So I have a group of girls with me again here today, and they're going to be giving me their honest opinion on if they think a statement that I'm saying is a red flag in a guy or a green flag in a guy. So I tried to mix it up, but it's interesting because you'll see that girls see different things in different ways, and I think the ways that some of them explain things are also really interesting as well. And normally there are two sides to everything, so let's get started. I'm gonna give you like a statement, and you're gonna tell me if you think this would be a red flag in a guy or a green flag. So number one, he's very close to his mom.
Green flag.
Okay.
I would say, depending on how close.
If a guy isn't close to his mom, that's not automatically a red flag because everyone has different family dynamics.
That's a green flag. That's
Yeah.
sweet. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where it could be overboard though.
I think that is a green flag. Like, I would want a guy who's close with his mom and has a good relationship, because I feel like it's going to be telling of like how he'll treat you.
I totally agree.
Biggest red flag when they disrespect their mom.
When do you think it would, like, when do you think it becomes excessive?
When she starts trying to control your relationship, that's a big one.
Yeah. So if it's not to that point, if it's not getting excessive, I think having a good relationship with your mom is such a good quality to have. What about he's friendly to the waitress?
Definitely a good thing. I feel like you always want them to be like nice and friendly to like any wait staff.
Good green flag. I feel like I don't like mean people. So if he should be friendly to everyone.
Yeah.
Flirtatious, maybe not so much, but
There's a line between friendly and flirtatious.
How friendly are we talking about?
Green flag. Be nice to people.
I think some girls get insecure about that.
You can't, he's with you. Yeah, you can't be like that.
Green flag. If I will never be friends or date anyone that is rude to service industry people.
speaks
Like
volumes.
that is just, it says so much about who you are as a person.
Number three, he's never had a girlfriend.
I wouldn't say that's not necessarily bad.
I
He
agree.
could have had some bad past experiences.
ooh, red flag.
Why?
I'm 32, so
Okay.
anyone who's in my orbit, if you have not had a girlfriend in the 2 decades that we've been able to do this, why?
I don't think that that is a red flag. I feel like if a guy's had like a ton of girlfriends and like dates whoever, that would be a red flag, but it probably shows that he's like more picky and like careful about it, which as a girl, like I would appreciate that.
I don't know. I don't have a flag for that. There's probably a lot of, variables going into that.
Red flag.
Why?
Because why not? Like, what are you doing? Or have you why? I mean, I would want to know why.
It makes you wonder.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. His apartment or house is messy.
Red flag.
It's gross, if it's messy, it's gross. I don't like that.
Is that
Have
a
I been in
turn
that
off?
situation? Yeah, I've been in that. It's a big turn off. It's a
Yeah.
huge turn off.
That's definitely a red flag, because then you're going to be the one cleaning it. So you want a guy who can like take care of himself.
I'm going to think it's gross, and it's going to make me wonder if I end up with this guy, am I going to be playing mom? Like, am I going to be sitting there picking up after you? Yeah, so I guess a red flag.
Okay. When he talks about his ex, you ask about his ex, he says she's crazy.
Red flag. I dated a guy. Every single one of his ex-girlfriends was crazy. It's like, what did you do? They're all crazy.
Yeah, because you're the common denominator in
You
all
are
of
the
it.
common denominator. I guarantee when we break up, I'm going to be crazy too.
Could be red or green flag. There are crazy people. They exist. I don't.
What if he's describing all his exes as crazy?
Oh, then that's a red flag, because the chances that everyone's crazy and you're not a problem that's slim to none.
Huge red flag.
That's a red flag for me. I mean, depends on the situation. Depends on if you told me the story and how I would react to it.
Yeah.
But I would say that's a red flag. I
Yeah.
mean, you never know, and girls are psycho. They're crazy. But it depends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a cop-out. I think you should be if I'm going to be with someone, I want them to be at the point where they can look at the good and the bad in their past relationships.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a red flag to just, cast everyone out. I think you should hopefully be okay with them in some
Totally
aspects.
agree. What about he plays a lot of video games?
I mean, it's nice that he has like a hobby and something he wants to do. It probably just depends on the girl. Like, I don't necessarily prefer it, but I've dated guys who played video games and it wasn't like an issue for us.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. As long as it doesn't consume your life.
I agree.
Like, there's people like that.
That's a red flag. In a green flag sort of way. I
love that description.
I consciously just know that playing video games is okay. I've been traumatized, and that's why it's a red flag.
Okay.
But because I know I like to read books. I like to decompress by reading or watching YouTube videos. So if that's your decompression method, awesome. Play your games, because if that's what's bringing you stress relief, that's a good thing. But I was with someone who that's all they did. And it's like, we have responsibilities, we're adults, we gotta go do something else. And it's like, if that is what you're doing 24/7, no.
Yeah. Anytime it becomes something that's excessive, I feel like that's when it becomes the issue. Okay, he follows a ton of Instagram models.
I don't know. Like before we were dating, or like after, I guess it's not a red flag to me, because if I'm with someone, I'm gonna be secure, and if they're following like influencers, I'm probably not gonna think that something's gonna happen.
If he cool, unless he's spending more time commenting on their stuff than mine, then that's weird. I mean, you can't. I'm kind of iffy about that, because it depends what he's doing. It depends if he's sitting there trying to talk to them or commenting, or like versus.
I feel like it depends. Like, if that's like all he's following, I feel like it's normal for guys to follow like a certain amount.
I think he's a guy, and he likes to look at bodies, and that's fine. When I was in a very long-term relationship, and that was an issue for me all the time, I think I just realized that was my insecurity.
He hasn't been single much. Like, he's always in a relationship.
Red flag.
Do you think that's a bigger red flag than he's never had a relationship?
Yes.
I agree. Totally agree. Because it shows he can't be alone.
You need some time for yourself. Figure out who you are and what you want and what you need. Like, you have to be honest with yourself.
Where he's always in a relationship, that to me would be a red flag. I wouldn't feel special, and I would wonder like why do you always have to be with someone?
Yeah, or you would just kind of feel like a rebound.
That too, yeah.
So I feel like it depends. Again, I'm the worst for this, because I always am like thinking things
No, but it's
through.
good to see both sides, I think.
Yeah, if he's like a serial dater, like jumping from one to one to one, then I'm gonna say red flag, for sure.
It depends. Are they a homosexual, or are they just serially dating? I think it's a red flag, just period. But there's layers to that red flag.
He asks you to come back to his apartment on the first date.
I would say red flag.
I don't think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the situation.
It kind of puts more pressure on it, too. Like,
It does.
first date, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, that just seems a little desperate, a little
I
like
agree.
pushy.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, that's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, just wait till the third or fourth date.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's a red flag. It just depends. Like, are we going back and just hanging out? Is he showing me around? Like, it depends on where he goes with that.
Depends how the date went, too, probably.
Right. And what
kind of
we're
vibes
feeling.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's how this relationship started that I'm in. And we're still in it, so it works out sometimes. It depends on, like I said, where you are in your own space. For some women, that's absolutely a red flag.
He works out a lot.
That's fine. Yeah, green flag.
Do you think it gets to a point sometimes when it's like too obsessive?
Oh yeah, but anything can be too obsessive.
I would say that's a green flag. Like, if it's something that like fits well with your lifestyle, like he obviously like cares about his health and like taking care of himself, I think it's a good thing.
Could be either. Are you working out because you're trying to fill a void in your psyche? Like, is it an ego thing? or are you just trying to live a healthy lifestyle? Like, if you're just trying to be healthy, you're putting good things into your body, you're working out, that's amazing. That's everyone's goal.
I think that's a green flag. Yeah, taking care of yourself is hot. I have never been with someone that was like that, like a total gym rat. So if that's what makes you feel good about yourself and whatnot, then
Yeah.
good for
And I
you.
feel like guys that are like that, they end up with girls that are also like
Yeah.
that. And it's kind of just like their life. And
Yeah.
it makes sense. Next one, he's always available.
He's always available. You don't have a life, man. I need to see that like you're doing stuff and like you're passionate about stuff that you want to take time to work on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And it seems like it would be a good thing, like a guy that always wants to hang out with you, but that gets old really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick, especially if you're a girl that has your own thing going on.
I don't think I would see that as a red flag. Yeah.
It's definitely nice to be available, but you also want to know that like they do have like their own like career and hobbies and things. So again, I feel like there needs to be like some sort of happy medium with that. If they're always at your beck and call, I don't know if I would like that.
I really don't like when people lose themselves in other people. So not having good friends or hobbies is a red flag to me, just because I like someone that's, you know, has a lot going on, and is exciting. So if they're like too much in my grill and like always just, I don't like that at all.
A red flag.
Why?
Why don't you have a life? Why, like, I would be very concerned about what is it that you do? What are your hobbies? What are you interested in?
Yeah.
Do you not have friends? Do you work? Because, like, yeah, if you're consistently available to me and in my face, then you can't have anything else going on. And I don't have that kind of availability
Yeah,
to even satisfy your need.
for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Next one, he's always busy.
I guess it's a red flag. I've dated someone who was always busy, and he said the same thing to me that I just said about the available person. He's like, well, why are you always available? And I'm like, I'm not,
but I make time for
but
you.
I'm making time for you.
Then I would take he's not interested in me because everyone's busy. You'd make time for things that you're interested in.
Same thing, red flag.
Always busy. I mean, I wouldn't like that either. Like you need to have time for like your relationship and it needs to be like a priority in some aspect. So that would probably be a red flag.
I totally agree. Alright guys, that is all I have for today. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future from me. They're really fun and I enjoy doing them, so I hope all of you have enjoyed them as well. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.